in the reaction. Deadpool just met Mrs. Minutes. Breaking news. Let's see what the cosmic culture say about this and check this out.
Today we have a major Deadpool 3 update. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host Chris, and I really want to jump into this. The Miss Minutes official account on Twitter had a special message for Deadpool, and Deadpool didn't respond. Ryan Reynolds did. And although they are the same person, they're also not the same person. This is going to get really fun. The options of possibilities have really opened up because Deadpool is a multiversal movie. So let's dive in. Deadpool's my favorite character. A lot of you are excited for him in the MCU. I cannot wait. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other major movie and television news, theories, updates, and much, much more happening right here on the channel. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at The Culture Chris. Links to both of those are in the description down below. So, right to it. The official tweet, check it out. Here it is in all of its glory. Miss Minutes, hey there at Deadpool, waving emoji. Love, Miss Minutes, orange heart, and a clock. This very, very nicely pairs up with recent, heavily believed and reported rumors that Owen Wilson's Mobius from the TVA will be included as an important member in Deadpool 3. Now, there are a few ways that Owen Wilson's character will tie in very nicely to Deadpool 3, and we'll talk about those in just a minute, but I want to continue focusing on this really fun and kind of out of the blue tweet, which was then followed up by none other than Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, who on his official Twitter said, "Hello, Miss Minutes." And that's where we're at as of now. Absolute anarchy in the multiverse as a actor for a character is responding to a character who was speaking on behalf of another character. Awesome, right? This gives me a huge idea of everything we should be expecting come Deadpool 3. It is a multiversal travel movie with Wolverine at the side of Deadpool, Hugh Jackman at the side of Ryan Reynolds, Miss Minutes getting involved now, Mobius is coming. We're hearing there are going to be several different characters from across the multiverse, the live-action, real multiverse, X-Men movies, Fantastic Four movies, all sorts of different renditions of films might be collected along the way as Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, in their respective roles, jump across the multiverse. For whatever reason, whether they're trying to get away from the TVA or they have their own mission, or Deadpool's going to try to finish off the Fox universe, which I don't think is as likely anymore. I'll explain that in a minute as well. We have something really crazy on our hands, and this brings me back to something I was talking about earlier on, maybe 10 or 15 days ago now, about how important this Deadpool movie very well might be. I don't think it's simply going to be, oh, let's get Deadpool into the MCU, let's do a really fun transition, there's no real stakes, and at the end, we'll scoop him up and we'll have him be in the MCU. What I'm referencing specifically there is there are a lot of people who believe Mobius might show up in the last 15 minutes or as a post-credit scene of the Deadpool 3 movie and just kind of bring him back to the TVA headquarters, and that's the huge connection and the huge way that we're going to see Deadpool is brought into the MCU, but that the remainder of the film won't actually have anything to do with the MCU, that this will be a true Deadpool 3 movie finishing off the Fox franchise, or rather the Fox trilogy that we got, and then there'll be a really cool, simple way of, okay, Mobius, go get Deadpool, he's causing a bunch of multiversal mayhem, we're going to bring him in. And that's a simple post-credit scene explanation, and bam, Deadpool's in the MCU for all future cameos, projects, and necessary explanations, probably most likely next to be seen in Loki Season 2. But I think there's a little bit more here than meets the eye. And here's the reasoning. We know that Kevin Feige is currently in conversations with everybody. Literally with everybody, preparing for Secret Wars. A handful of days ago, we covered a new leak that was a report talking about all the characters that were going to be included in Kang Dynasty, with a few locked in, a few likely, a few kind of questionable, and then a few that weren't planned on being featured. Now, this list was very, very, very long. Had a lot of names on it, and it had a decent amount of locked in names. However, something that is interesting is this rumor we're talking about with Kevin Feige, how he's been talking to past characters, actors, if he's ever had them in a Marvel movie, and for all we know beyond that, we could be talking different genres and different franchises at this point with the multiverse, and how big this Kang and Secret Wars movie are going to be. But he's trying to get as many people in this movie as possible. He's got to be Endgame, right? Kevin Feige's big plan is to be Endgame. He's going to be using old X-Men, old Fantastic Four, old characters, old actors, bringing them back. Honestly, I'd be highly expecting even Robert Downey Jr. to reply his role as a variant, and much, much more. So with that being said, with the old X-Men making their way into this huge multiverse saga, this phases 4, 5, and 6, where we have heard the MCU X-Men won't really be showing up until phase 7, Deadpool kind of is the key to that right now. He could open up all of these different portals, these realms, these connections through the TVA that will ultimately end up bringing the Fox universe into the MCU. Now, if you don't think that's enough relevance or connection, well, it is when it connects to Secret Wars and maybe even Kang Dynasty, because that's what it sounds like is the ultimate goal for Kevin Feige. Let's have the entire Fox franchise be in the MCU. Kevin Feige has worked with pretty much all of these productions as well. Way back before he was president of Marvel Studios, he worked on the Raimi trilogies. He worked on the X-Men original Fox projects. He's been with these actors, he's been involved, and now he's president of Marvel Studios. A lot of these actors want their piece of that pie, and this is a chance for him to kind of bring the whole thing full circle and close off the multiverse saga with an absolute bang. And the ability to bring back old characters like Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, and have all of those characters mix and collaborate with X-Men characters, old Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. You're getting Tom Holland in there, you're getting old villains in there, all different variants in this massive incursion super fight. Oh, there's a lot to think about. It is a lot to be excited about. And for me, this entire rant where I've just talked about how exciting Secret Wars is going to be has all been inspired by Miss Minutes having a conversation with Ryan Reynolds on Twitter. Like, that's pretty big, guys. And it's almost hard to appreciate it now, but 3-4 years from now when we're looking back, we're going to be like, oh my gosh, Miss Minutes and Ryan Reynolds had a conversation. And for all we know, and this is just me speaking like a crazy fan, Ryan Reynolds will come and join the MCU from the multiverse. This is the kind of level of craziness that we are going to be dealing with kind of moving forward from this point on. Phase 5 is going to start kicking butt. There's a lot of ground to make up from the slow building stage of Phase 4, but we're done with that now, guys. Phase 5 is here. We got some big revelations, some big connections, and some pretty crazy multiverse stuff that's about to go down. And, of course, some really cool street-level stories, some really cool building and character introductions, some special projects going down. I can't wait for all of it, but let me know. Do you think this is simply Ryan Reynolds having fun and Miss Minutes goofing off on Elon Musk's Twitter? Or do you think that maybe they're trying to set something really cool up here by introducing Ryan Reynolds, Miss Minutes, and really setting the scene for how important Deadpool 3 will be? Very curious what you guys think about this. I know I went off on a bit of a super rant, but that's because I'm super stoked for Deadpool 3 and its future implications, assuming anything that I'm kind of thinking here is real. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video, helps the channel out a lot, and it's free for you. Also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other videos. And I'll catch you guys on the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.
Yeah, please subscribe, like this video. Have a great night. See you guys. Bye.